So here we are again then with the Brickright boys. We got Ronnie and Reggie Cray on the screen rods, and so we're just screeding this off now. We put the screed rods in, the pieces of batten you can see in the floor there. We put them in. We've cut a nice straight edge, and we're just pulling off that now. So I mean, you can do it whichever way you want to do it. There's no right way or wrong way, whichever way suits you. So it's a bit awkward. So we got the wall now on Fraser's right hand side. So you're gonna have to cut that now already, but it's a bit of faffing about. But do you know what? We don't mind because we'll get it right. Isn't that right, Reggie?
Which one's Reggie?
You're Reggie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we'll show you some more in a minute. Right, Brad, you're on YouTube. Fraser's just bought them for us, right? Jam donuts. Brad, everyone knows what you like. Tell everybody what you just said. I said, Fraser said, I just bought you all donuts, boys. There's the donuts, help yourself. What did you say?
I don't want one.
What do you reckon, Frey? He's going to eat them, isn't he? Yep. I bet you any money, right? Any money at all. And we'll keep an eye on this. Me and Fraser are now going to have a donut now, right? And he's going to do his best not to eat it, just to prove a point now. I bet you in front of him any money that he'll eat them donuts. So we will come back to you and see what happens. Right, here we are then. We screeded it. Brad, you've eaten that donut yet?
No.
Come on.
Well, donut for me.
He's only not eating it because we've put him under pressure to eat it, and he's being stubborn now. Otherwise, you'd have eaten it, wouldn't you? No. I bet it's absolutely killing you, innit, not to eat that donut. He might even be gone by the end of the day. We'll check now because he is a bit of a sly one. But anyway, enough about donuts. So this is what you saw this morning when we were screeding it. So here we are. We've screeded that now. We've got it in. So we've cut them coming around there. So let's go and show you. How's it going, Frey? Sun and air? Are you, Fraser's having his first go of laying some paving. So are you finding it, Fraser? Right. Let's just have a look what he's doing then. Let's have a little look, Frey. Can we have a little look? There we are. He's doing a good job there, aren't you? So, do you reckon it's going alright? Yeah. So I'll show you the rest of it. So we've done up there, and just a spin round now. We've done down there. So see you soon. Hi there. So we've done the drive now. So we showed you that before in the other little bit of the video. So we're doing these steps now, right? So basically we put the first step in when we built the wall. So the foundations for the first and second step went in when we did the wall. So Brad's put another foundation in here now, and we've extended the foundations out on the side. So we're going to build these side walls, build this side wall, put another step in here, the same tread as that one, which is 290. And then we're going to put our porcelain on here, which gets us up to the top. And then we're going to put a brick on edge in here. So, come a little bit closer, Brad. Hold your mate, so you can...
See you do some work.
So you're doing some work for once, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So just put that on there. So, Brad, going back to the donut the other day, you wouldn't eat the donut, and he wouldn't eat it. He would not eat it. I tempted him. I put it in the front of the van, right next where he sits for break on the dashboard, didn't I, Brad?
You did.
And you found me out, didn't you?
Well, first thing I said is, boys are there for, and I said, no, you've left it because you want me to eat it.
I tempted him with jam, and he wasn't happy. He wasn't interested. So then the next day, what did I buy you the next day?
Don't know what to do by me the next day.
You can't remember, Bradley. I bought you a Magnum ice cream.
Oh yeah, you did. You bought us all one, didn't you?
And me, Fraser and Brad ate the ice cream. Who was the first to finish their ice cream, Brad?
Me.
I rest my case.
Nah.
So anyway, you haven't changed. You're still the same. Still a pig, ain't you, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
So we just carry on with this now. Get that in there. Get the level on it. Do the same as the other side. Fill that step in the middle. Brad's sanding the drive, so what we'll do, I'll finish this, and when we get the sand in the dry, we'll show you some sand in the dry then. So see you in a minute. So we're just building these steps now. So we're building these steps now. So we've got a brick on edge on. So again, we always try to share our top tip. So very simple top tip for this one. We're just putting this last course on. So this level's a bit small to get from left to right. And then you've got your 4 foot level, too small to get into there. So what I tend to do on steps, just to get it absolutely smack on, is cut yourself a nice, check it straight, check down there, check the timber straight, and then get all the cement off there. What you're looking for then is to put that on top of there, you level on top, and then you're leveling the whole distance of the step. You're not just leveling that bit. You could just use that, but I just find it better, especially if you're doing a number of steps. You don't want to get to the end of your steps and have a couple of bricks waving like that, waving at you. So trowel's over there. So what you do, obviously let's do it properly. So use your trowel. So I normally do this from in there as well. So just tap your bit of batten now until it gets completely level all the way through. Check there's no dips underneath your brickwork, and then you're absolutely spot on. And then another one you could do, use it for another thing. If you plumb up there, and then you plumb up there, use this then to range your brickwork in. So you're ranging the whole distance now from left to right. So again, you're not going to get any of that, because if you use this to range, you're only ranging 3/4 of it, and then you're ranging 3/4 of it. So what you could do is you could get that waving that way then as well. So if you don't like your brickwork waving at you, use that, Brad, innit?
It's only saying a lot to you, just I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, so there we are. So we filled all that in now with solid. There's all bricks underneath there. We're doing the same on the back of here. We'll get all that solid, that's solid, that's solid, that's solid, and that's ready then for porcelain. So the next part of the video will show you Brad doing some of the sand on the drive. So stay tuned for that. See you in a minute. Well, it's happened. He's bought me some food. Look at that. Look at all the bloody chips he's bought me there. Absolutely can't fault him, can you? That's his food. What we got going on there then, Brad?
Same as you, but I got a ham sandwich on the house.
You've got a triple XL bag of chips that's cost you 35 quid, and you've got to go back and give him the extra tenner. And then what we got going on there? You've made yourself a huge sandwich there. We got
still, I don't know if we'd even call it a butty, because it's just normal bread, but ham and chip butty, I call it.
A ham and chip butty.
Why
and
not?
if he does drop a chip on the floor, he does tend to eat them the next day, don't you, Brad?
No, they go straight back in, they do.
The 3-second rule in the van, innit?
There's no rule on me.
So we're going to try and eat these now. I don't know how far I'm going to get. That's a mountain of food for me. So if I bend down later on to lay bricks, it's not going to be good, is it? If I can bend down, if I can tuck myself into myself, if you know what I mean. So thank you, Brad. Thank you very much. And do you reckon you'll eat all them?
We'll see.
We'll see. See what happens. Right. That's me. I'm done. What did you buy me? A large bag of chips. A large bag of chips. I am absolutely stuffed. They got to go. So what are we going to do? The beast, the Welsh wildebeest. How are you doing, Brad?
I'm probably about the same as you, and I still got more left.
He has had 9 sandwiches though.
No, I've had 2. 2 sandwiches.
He's had 9 ham sandwiches. No, he's had 2 ham sandwiches to go with that. So let's see. We'll come back to you in the end now. See how he does with that. So bear with us.
I'm fancying myself. I might polish it off. We'll see.
Yeah, you reckon?
We'll see.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna have yours though.
You're looking good so far, are you? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Well done, Brad. How do you feel?
Ill. Oh, it was too much.
There's a potato shortage now in South Wales because Brad has demolished everything within the locality of Pontypridd. So between Pontypridd and Cardiff, there is now no potatoes left. He's had them.
He made me do that.
So what did you have? You had 2.
2 ham sandwiches.
4 loaves of bread. 4 rounds of bread with so 2 sandwiches with ham
and butter
and loads of chips crammed in, and then an extra large portion of a huge portion of chips. You alright?
Go back to work now.
Right, what you got to do now? You got to get back out there now, whack a mix on, and start sanding the drive.
I'll do the drive and I'll do the wall as well, as a jest.
Well, yeah, that's what you're employed to do, mate.
I'll do it all.
He always does it all, doesn't he? Anyway, the Welsh wildebeest strikes again, so 10 out of 10. Well done, Brad.
Thank you.
And we'll carry on now and do some work outside, and come back and show you some more in a minute. If Brad can get himself out of the van, that is.
I ain't going back to work.
I think you're going to go in the back of the van for a sleep now, mate, ain't you?
To be sick. Oh. You made me do that. All for you. All for you lot. Oh.
Hang on a minute. Who bought the giant? Who went in the chip shop and said, "Can I have a XXXXL bag of chips, please? Go on, chuck another scoop on, please, pal." Who said that?
I didn't say that.
You did. You went in there and said, "Can I have a ginormous bag of chips, please?"
I eat what I want, and then I bin the rest.
But you've had them all.
And as I was about to finish, what was you saying? Go on, go on, go on. I was like, I don't want them.
I never said a word.
Oh, you're so full of it.
I never said a word. He ate all them on his own steam, didn't you, Brad?
Yeah, all of my
Anyway, well done, mate. That's an absolute legend. And the Welsh wildebeest lives to see another day. Another munch off coming soon, is it, Brad?
Your turn to buy this time, innit?
I'm not buying anything for you, mate. See you on the next one. Now he's talking a minute, we got to go. So we're doing the sanding of the drive now. So I think you're feeling a bit ill now after your little about your food exploits with dinner, Brad. Aren't you feeling like you want to go for a sleep for the next 6 months, aren't you?
I'm not up to it now.
Huh?
Not up to it.
No. So does that mean I got to pay you half a wage this afternoon? No?
Well, I'm still here.
Right. Okay. Didn't say no to that, did he? So we'll try him. Right. So sharp sand. So basically, go to the builders merchants. Ask for kiln dried sand. Ask for kiln dried sand. Now what kiln dried sand is, look, is this. It's very, see, just falling between my hands there. Very fine sand, and that will enable that, look, to just fall in between the joints like I'm doing there with my hand. And you've got to do this when your paving is dry. Really important to do this when your paving is dry, because otherwise the kiln dried sand will turn into kiln wet sand and it won't do the same thing. So dry day, dry paving, dry kiln dried sand, and then all you do is you just get a brush and you just push it in between the joints like that, getting it right into the joints so you've got nothing left, no cracks or anything left in the sand. You do that now all over this, and then we'll leave a layer on top like Brad's done here, and then what we'll do then, we get the whacker plate and we'll whack the top of this. What we find is, if you use a whacker plate, what I find, and everyone's different, and that's absolutely fine, so nobody starts slating us for what I'm about to say. A lot of the lads use a rubber section on the bottom of the whacker plate. Now that goes over the top and it stops the paving from chipping and scraping. But what we find is the whacker plate, you don't get that real good whack with that, Brad. It takes a bit out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So what we find is we put a good layer of sand down on top. Now this sand now, that'll stop the whacker plate marking and chipping the paving, so it's imperative you get a good amount on it. So we've got to a point now, so we're going to whack this. Once you've whacked it, just brush the residue off, fill in any cracks that's left, and then you can move on to the next one. So we'll show you the whacker stage process now. 2 seconds.
Right. Oh,
it's good, isn't it?
Something else. Oh, that's slow-mo. I love... Oh.
Here he is, he's about to do the whacking now. So he's done this. That's already been done down there now this morning. So that's been whacked, that's been sanded. So there we are. The sand was a little bit wet underneath because it's rained. It always does in Wales, so that's transferred through. But we've made sure it's all the gaps are filled in. Everything's done. So that's the finished article. We probably have to brush over it again before we leave. But go on in, Brad. Show them how the old wacky works. Gotta let him warm up. He's old like me, see, Brad, you gotta warm up first. Don't warm up, you can't walk. Right, here we go then. So you can see now that the whacker plate is actually forcing all the kiln dried sand into the gaps along with packing it. Like I said, you can use a rubber plate underneath the bottom, but we do tend to find that that takes off the fact that it doesn't hit down the slabs or the paving as much. That's our preference, that's what we found. Right, so I'm supposed to be brushing the sand in front of him now so it doesn't mark the paving. So you get the gist of it. So we'll show you what it's like when it's finished. So we're at the front now, we're doing this wall. So key thing for this is we managed to build all this, up all those steps you saw us do. We got to the top, but we're right smack bang wallop for this step coming across. So we now know that the wall's going to work out. So that's the height of it with the brick on edge. So Brad done a very good job in sanding the drive, so come and have a look. So this is Brad's drive, give him a good show of that. Brad, you want to come down here and walk through it?
Oh, don't want to ruin it now.
And all up there, look. All the cuts that you and Fraser did yesterday, done a really good job of them. And down there to the eco tree. So there we are, we're not quite finished yet. So these are the steps that I built today. So we've got them, so we've got to fill up with hardcore to that level to give us to form our top step. And then it's all coming together. And on this top section we've got wheat membrane, and client has asked for decorative stone, so we're going to use golden flint he's chosen. So we've got that going in there. And then we've got all these end bricks, special order for these ends to be filled, so they're on special order, so we're just waiting for them, and that'll get that looking nice then as well. So hope you like the video. Any questions, leave in the comments below, and please like and subscribe to the channel, because I really appreciate it for the two of us to get up there a little bit with the subscriptions, because it's still lagging a little bit. And see you on the next one. We'll show you more of this now to this bit. See you then. Cheers.